Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your bonus reading. I really expect that this will cover the Aquarius season for you. Wow. Just so you know, the grandmothers are here in full force. They're in the corner chattering away. They brought with them some of those great big giant whales, orcas. Thank you. And there's dolphins, but they're kind of in the distance. And the other thing that is going on here is Venus is here, and when she showed up this morning in all her glory, I was like, oh yeah, she's about to come home to Pisces. So Venus loves being in Pisces. It's where she's exalted. It's sort of like, okay, so she rules Libra, she rules Taurus, but when she is in Pisces, it's like she goes to the visiting kingdom, and they roll out the welcome mat and they wine her and dine her and they exalt her. And so she's a very honored guest. She feels like an honored guest when she is in Pisces, and she totally enjoys this, like big vacation time for her. And so she wants to make sure that you know how much she appreciates you. And Venus brings with her the sense of empowerment and self-worth and self-esteem that Pisces needs to create those healthy boundaries in order to bring that in. And she's saying that she's going through your sign to get you ready because Saturn, the Lord of Karma, is going to come and have an extended stay in your sign. And karma is what you put into something you get out. And so what she wants to encourage you to do over the course of these next 3 weeks while she's in your sign, she wants you to empower yourself. She wants you to feel confident and brave and bold and know where your boundaries are so that you can start to manifest your dreams into reality. And so this is a time of surrendering into the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is a divine spark of light, and that you are here to shine that out into the world. And your ability, that empathic ability that you have to feel the world around you, you have to be able to create a boundary around you. It is wonderful to use compassion toward people, to be able to understand that they are going and struggling through things, and to be there as a support system. And yet it is important that you create more of a granite barrier than the limestone barrier, where not everything is so porous and not everything flows into you, but instead there are some healthy boundaries. And yes, you can step out anytime you want, but your ability to retreat and to create this boundary, like, no, okay, but this is my personal space in which I bring back in my power and I stand in my power. And so when all this is going on, if you are a Pisces rising in the second house, would be the house of value, self-esteem, self-worth, that Venus also rules because it's the second house, okay? And so there's that going on. And so right now we have Jupiter talking to Chiron, and very shortly they are already in the energy of conjunction, but it's not an exact conjunction yet, but they're in this energy over the course of this time where it's all about this healing. It's expanding the healing of the inner child. And so this is nurturing and taking care of ourselves. The card that they sent first, though, is this imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation, and you do it through visualization. And so over the course of the next 3 or 4 weeks, if you could really, and you could see he's grounded, he's sitting there in the lotus position, and he is pulling in his power. Okay, and so visualizing your life, what you want it to look like, is something to really focus on. Now, do you do it in meditation? Possibly. That's a great way to do it. But do you do it maybe by creating a vision board, or journaling about it, or having the conversation with yourself about what that looks like? And sometimes I find that speaking, like when I'm in the shower, I talk a lot. I'm a Pisces moon, and I find that saying the words allows me to hear the words, which allows it to ingrain itself more into my being. This is a year where what we put in is what we get out. And Saturn says, hey, it's not just this year. For you guys, it's the next 2 years. So getting ready and stepping into your power. You have the card of the awakening crystal of emotional healing. And this emotional healing is this card around, it's around the ability to forgive. Not everybody else. You're pretty good at that. Forgive yourself first. Surrender. You're not, when we say, okay, look, I'm not your victim and I'm not your oppressor. We are just here learning and growing together, and I'm going to let my light shine. And no matter what other people do to try to dim your light, I have created this safe, healthy boundary in which my light is protected. And so what they're actually showing me is like a hurricane lampshade over a light, right? It protects it from the winds that try to blow it out. And there's things that you need to do, right? At times they're showing me trimming the wick back. So that means, you turn down the flame a little because there's times of quiet. And then there's times when you need to shine brightly and you crank it up a little. But that oil that feeds the flame, that you have to be able to give to yourself. You have to be able to replenish that for yourself. And so this awakening of the emotional healing, that's how you give it back to yourself. That's how you manifest that for yourself and give it to yourself. And so the more that you can visualize where it is that you're going and what it is that you want to create, the grander your ability, the bigger your pool of oil to feed the flame of your own light comes from. So you have here, give to others, treasure life and all of its magic. They're not asking you to withhold your healing energy. They're asking you to create safe, healthy boundaries around it, to make sure you're giving to yourself and that you give to others from your excess, as opposed to you saving, you giving and giving and then hoping there's enough left for you. And you have see with your eyes and heart wide open. See with your eyes and your heart wide open. Visualize what it is that you want. When your heart, which is like a little mini brain, connects with your mind, and in this case it feels like the third eye, you can really, so Pisces, water signs tend to really get this. What you feel becomes your reality, right? What you feel, you make real. And so when you visualize, it's not just enough to create the vision board, but actually feel like that is abundance that's already on its way. And all you got to do is just wait patiently. It's coming in. And when I say wait patiently, it doesn't mean you don't have to do anything, because that's not what, that's not how it goes. But it's coming. And so you act as if it is already here. You do the things that you need to do. You create the fertile ground. But yes, you do need to be able to support others and love them. There's magic in that, and it's how your energy flows really well. So there's healing energy that you can put out into the world, but you do need a boundary. Wow. I don't think anybody's only had one come flying out. You have the spider, this creative energy. It is time to visualize, right? The spider knows what they're going to create. The spider also makes sure that when something lands in the spider web, that they snag the opportunity and then they repair it and prepare for the next form of abundance that comes in. And so this isn't just like, it's a journey. It's a journey, not the destination. So it's not like, I'll feel great when this happens. No, I feel great now and this is happening. Okay? I feel great now and this is happening. I feel great now and that is still coming in. And so the more you put yourself in the energy of creation. So if you're not doing something fun and creative right now, now's a good time to get started. And when I say fun and creative, it could simply be that you rearrange the furniture in your room, or you, I don't know, start planning for your summer garden, or it's creative energy. It could totally be a project, right? But if you're like, I don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. Create something. Sit and doodle and draw. If there's some artistic thing that you haven't done in a while, music, maybe just singing in the shower, that's creating, right? And so it is that energy of putting it out into the universe that welcomes and allows it to come in. Wow, I can't believe how your message is so crystal clear. Like, I've struggled with a few of them, and I thought, well, part of it is the moon is now in Pisces as I'm recording, so maybe that's helping. I don't know. But, okay, let's try that all again. We're not reading 62 cards. I'm sorry, that's not happening. So let's try this again. So what I have here are I told you they're a chatty bunch, these grandmothers. Can we just get, I don't know, one, maybe two? Oh, you get one. That's so lovely. And this one sort of wants to come. Let me see. Nope, it's just this one. All right, guys. They really simplified it for you. I think part of it is when the sun, if you are Pisces rising, when the sun is in Aquarius, then that is the completion of a cycle. And there's this energy here of the starting of a new cycle that really happened with that Lunar New Year. And so they want you to really focus on where it is you want to go from here. Okay, so this visualization. If you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition. There you go. The intuition is not your sixth sense, but it is the first and primary navigational system of your soul. You're entering the age of consciousness. It is time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover these essential truths here on Earth, where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey sense. Oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines. Tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you the miracles. Fear not, for we are right here, and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. You know, when the spiders make their web, unless the light is exactly right, you can't see the spider web, right? The visible becomes invisible. Doesn't mean it's not there. It is always about the angle and the light. I clean houses, and this is something I explain to my clients all the time, because they'll be like, there's this huge spider web. Did you get it? I'm like, where? Because unless I'm sitting in the same angle and light that you saw it in, I may not see it. So honestly, if it's bothering you, you should probably go get it. That's kind of how I feel about that. It's like I can only do so much. So it's angle and it's light. And so your angle, get grounded. But see from above through your third eye. And the light is the knowledge and the wisdom and the messages they're trying to bring in. So open yourself up. It's like the spider web of creativity is actually about catching the messages. It's like a dream catcher. Wow. All right, Pisces. The most simple reading I've had this week, and yet I have to say it's the most profound. It's the most profound. See with your eyes and your heart wide open. You guys take good care. I'm on Facebook every day. Your readings come out every Sunday. And then this time next week, the full moon reading will be out. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.